which is, you know, why this is happening. So I really needed someone to like talk to. I think if you're a weird kid, you find someone in your family, a teacher. For me, that was the cool science teacher I had, Mr. Merrigan. You know, because if I was having a bad day, I could still like tell him a couple of jokes in class, you know, when I walked in that, you know, I knew he'd appreciate more than these dumb kids, you know. So I'd be like, hey, Mr. Merrigan, I read in this book that I can talk to dead people if I have a pint of goat's blood, a human thumb, and a paper plate. Do you have any plates? Yeah, exactly, kid jokes. 10 years later, my little brother became best friends with Mr. Merrigan's son. This is really what he said to my brother. He goes, oh, wow, you're David's brother? That kid scared the shit out of me. Yeah, the talks to dead people kid. Is he in jail? And I said to my brother, no way. No way. I know Mr. Merrigan loved me. I was like his favorite student, and I had proof. Because that year, my mom had made a deal with me. I could only go to camp if my worst grade for the year was a B- or better. And I knew I wasn't going to go because I actually got a really bad grade in Merrigan's final. I was going to get more like a D+. And then last day of school, I got my report card, and I was, swear to God, shocked because I got my B-. And I knew I didn't deserve it. Like, I figured, you know, he knows how hard I'm working, how much I wanted it. You know, I'm a good student. He gave me some extra points. Whatever it was, I just knew he hooked me up for some reason. And that meant a lot to me. Like, that was why Mr. Merrigan was my favorite teacher for years after that. Until I got to hear the other half of that story. This is really what he said to my brother. He goes, look, I'm going to tell you how much that kid freaked me out. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he figured out how to do it. But somehow, some way, when I was doing his grade point average at the end of the year, it equaled out to a perfect 66.6. I was so scared I gave him a B-. Yeah, turns out Merrigan didn't understand me at all, but it did get me into camp, which, by the way, was a terrible experience I wish I hadn't gone to. Honestly, I think the reason I was so weird, part of it, is that my mom had me really young. She was 18. I love my mom, but she wasn't ready for how weird I would be, you know? Like, here's a perfect example. So the next year, I was probably like 13, and I was, like I said, I was really unpopular, no friends, and I was desperate for a girlfriend. I wanted a girlfriend so bad, and I wasn't even like horny. I was like fantasizing about someday getting to buy a girl a locket. Like, that's how wholesome I was. So I knew I could never date a girl in my own school, so I had a plan. If I could just meet girls in other school districts, it could take weeks for them to find out about me. So I got a bunch of art supplies that I had in my basement because I was actually like really into drawing at the time. I actually went to college to be a painter. That's why I do comedy for a living. So I got these art supplies, and I really did this. I'm not even joking. I really made a bunch of hand-drawn, homemade posters that really did say, children's dating service. Oh, and my phone number. And my mom walked in on me making these posters. And I swear to God, she said, oh, good idea. Want me to help you put these up? That is poor parenting. I am convinced to this day that the only reason I wasn't molested is that every pervert in my town thought that this was the laziest police sting they've ever seen.
Not even a clap. All right. Yeah, I know, right? We feeling it out still. I don't know, man. It's not that it's a bad year. We just had 2 bad years back to back, right? Like 2020, 2021. 2021 started good. They let us outside. They were like, go, be out there. They told us to take the mask off. We threw them in the air like it was graduation. And then they were like, put them back on. And we were like, nah, that's not how this shit work, all right? No. You reneging right now, nah. The CDC was acting like your parents after they gave you too much freedom. You felt that, right? CDC was on TV like, bring the car back right now, all right? You like, no, you said I could be out, though. Yeah, I said you could be out. I didn't say you could be with your friends. That was our life, man. We made it out. What else happened in 2021? We got that new president. How we feel about him? I'm not political. I don't have any political jokes, but I will say this about Joe Biden. I didn't even know I liked my president tweeting until it stopped. Now I'm just like, nigga, where you at, bro? Like, what the fuck? Yo, Trump tweeted all the time. Trump tweeted like Kanye. It was like, yo, take this nigga's phone, bro. But the con was every time Trump tweeted, it was like, I feel like we about to go to war. I feel like... But now we almost there. And I'm just looking at Joe Biden like, nigga, start an Instagram or something, bro, please. A TikTok. You got to reach Gen Z, man. Speaking of Gen Z, is there any Gen Z in here? Any? All right, round of applause if you are over the age of 25. Nice, my people. Round of applause if you are under the age of 25. I'm glad you all here. I'll take it on behalf of everybody over the age of 25 to finally say to everyone under 25, fuck Gen Z. We don't like you. I'm a millennial, yo. I thought we were bad. Yet we had opinions. No one gave a fuck. Everyone under 25, y'all got opinions and y'all want everyone to know them and you want everybody to change for you. Yeah, everyone under the age of 25 is like, I know I just got here in 1997. But you're doing it wrong, all right? Listen to me, okay? I read a book and wrote a blog, all right? Listen to me. I've never signed a lease, but listen, okay? I hate it, man. Millennials, we were progressive. We did progressive shit, but we didn't lead like that, you know? It was just like, yo, man, why you doing that? That shit's hard. That was it. Yo, why you wearing that? That's just dope. That's all we needed. Ask anybody under the age of 25 why they're doing anything. Like, hey, man, why are you wearing that shirt? Clothing's my outlet. Yo, shut the fuck up, please, please. Please shut up. Please, 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 please. Talk about anybody under the age of 25 with a Twitter account. Fuck you, all right?
Great. Well, my name's Dave. I'll be your Jew for the evening. But honestly, thank you all so much for being here. It is so amazing for me to see all you, to be here, to see that my friendship with Pete is finally paying off. Yeah, I'm Jewish. I'm also Russian. So that's fun now. Yeah, I'm a Russian Jew. So you know what that means? I'm two kinds of untrustworthy. But honestly, though, I feel like even if Russia had never done anything, people still wouldn't trust us just for the accent. Because, like, when you have a Russian accent, you kind of always sound like you're about to lie about something. It's just taking you a second to figure it out. Like, the first time I talked to my landlord, he was like, oh, you should rent this apartment. You won't be sorry. Oh, you should meet my daughter. She is... beautiful. So I should tell you guys a little bit about myself. I've always been creepy. That wasn't the joke. No, like, honestly, ever since I was a kid, I was just always like a really weird kid. But like, I didn't know how weird everyone else thought I was. I think that happens with weird kids. Like, I didn't even realize how crazy everyone thought I was till I grew up. And if I was going through something, my dad would be like, listen, we're just proud of you for not being a serial killer. Like, wait, what did I do? So the first clue I ever had about how weird everyone else thought I was in the 7th grade. My parents got this letter from the school board that said, congratulations, David has been selected for a very special program called Life Skills. And I was so dumb, I thought this proved I was gifted. So I go to this like week-long program that's in like a building far away from my normal school. I open the door, and this is exactly what happened. I see there are 2 eager grad students and the 9 most fucked up kids in my school. I mean the kids who were caught smoking, drinking, fucking, fighting, the girls who got pregnant, the guy who got them all pregnant, and me. Even though, like, unlike these other kids, I hadn't really gotten in trouble. Like, my grades were fine. I was and would stay a virgin for 8 more years. Yet I was in this class of the dangerous kids. And it's only now as an adult do I finally realize what was going on. That I was the scariest kid in my school. Because all the other kids in this class knew what they did to be put into this class. Like, they were all there for a very specific, on-paper reason. But with me, it was just a feeling. That the whole faculty agreed on. To separate me now.
I'm 31 now, but I turned 30 during the whole thing. Thank you. Wow, are you guys all 30? Like every single one of you? That's cool. I went through this thing, though, where I thought about where I would be at this point in my life. Like, what I would have thought as a teenager. Do you ever do that? It messes me up. Like, if you would have asked me at 15 years old, I would be like,
Okay. First of all, here's what's definitely going to happen. 31, ew, that's disgusting. But, so I'm definitely going to get married when I'm 20. For sure. That's happening. And then I'm just going to go to Europe. For 5 years. Because that doesn't cost any money. That's free. And then by the time I'm 31, I'm going to have 3 kids. Just be a stay-at-home mom. And now I'm 31, and I'm always like, do I have 2 tampons in right now? Like, I don't even know. I don't even know where they go. Honestly, I have no idea. I lose them constantly. I have no idea where they are. That's my biggest fear as a grown woman. Can you imagine? By the way, that happened to me. And I don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to tell you guys everything. So I went to go to the bathroom, and I pulled my pants down, and I looked down, and I saw 2 strings. And I was like, am I a ceiling?